Cincinnati, the city, yep, they got to pay money to black people. Why? Because, well, they were discriminatory against black folk. Hell of a thing. Put up the picture of the city. You see, it looks beautiful and charming and inviting. But after nearly 4 years, a group of black Cincinnati, Ohio residents and the city's officials, they have now settled a federal lawsuit in which residents accuse the city of intentionally favoring white homeowners through the way it operated a particular residential tax abatement program. I'm about to explain something so insane. The lawsuit filed July 2020 claimed the city operated the program in a, quote, racially discriminatory way that worsened Cincinnati's racially segregated residency pattern. The recent settlement will allow the program to continue, provided that the city officials make efforts to increase the number of black residents participating, according to the Cincinnati Enquirer. And let me give you how the lawsuit contextualized this. The Cincinnati Tax Abatement Program, administered by the city's Department of Community and Economic Development, was designed to allow property owners to apply to pay property taxes on the pre-improvement value of their property for 10 to 15 years. The program required a minimum of $5,000 in renovation cost to be eligible for the tax reduction. And the lawsuit claimed that this disqualified lower income homeowners who wanted to make modest renovations totaling less than that. And so the program basically says, if you would like to beautify your home based on this assessed value, we will allow you to have this significant tax abatement, this benefit, but you must come to the table with at least 5 stacks. Where my money? And if you don't have 5 stacks, then you don't get the tax abatement, which obviously penalizes those who do not have the discretionary income in order to participate in such a scheme, right? All right, nowhere in the application or approval process is there any consideration by the city of the degree to which the granting of tax abatements will have a racially segregative effect on the residency pattern. In the city, the lawsuit said the city is made up of 50.4% white residents and 39.6% black residents, according to the 2022 United States Census Bureau data. The suit also claimed the program made black residents poorer as it favored white homeowners applying for tax breaks to offset home repairs. According to the news outlet, although the city overhauled the program last year, black homeowners involved in the suit still accused the new system of discrimination. According to the residents, attorney Robert Newman, city records show Cincinnati granted 2,640 residential tax abatements for $183 million by the time the lawsuit was filed in 2020. Newman previously said that more than 53 million of those funds went to one of the city's wealthiest neighborhoods, one community, which is also predominantly white. The staff writers reviewed a 5-year period of city data between 2014 and 2018 to find that 2 of Cincinnati's majority black neighborhoods received how much money? Less than $1 million in tax abatements during that exact same time. It was also reported the recent settlement signed on the 8th of February means the city will have to expand its outreach about the tax abatement program to areas of Cincinnati that are home to larger numbers of poor residents and black residents, monitor the program for racial inequities, and make the application process and its website more accessible. As part of the settlement, the city will also have to pay $110,000 to the homeowners who sued the city. Now let's go to the mayor. The mayor told the Atlanta Black Star in a statement, quote, "Since taking office, we've worked to make residential abatement program more impactful and accessible to the folks who need it most. I'm proud of our administrators' steps to bring more incentives and easier process and information about other home improvement resources to our underinvested communities. As we move forward, those goals will continue to be our guiding light. Understand what happened here, okay? They had the wrong people in the boardroom. They had the wrong people in the boardroom. When you're making programs like this, it's very easy to make it seem, let's just say, non-racial. I see no color. There's nothing here that would indicate racism. But then you don't have a program that allows for the dissemination of information. You have a program that's difficult to access via the technology provided. You have a program that requires a buy-in, which automatically discriminates against individuals in your community who do not have as much discretion in their income spending as, let's say, more wealthy communities. All of these dynamics are adversarial and antithetical to the notion of a thriving, unified community that says we are all in this together. And I'm glad that I have an actual active mayor on my show today to talk about the reality of how you have to be thoughtful about programs like this, because you can actually do what Cincinnati did, which is increase the gap, the disparity in our homeowner equity program. You now have inequity galore. What say you?
Yeah, I think you said there's the wrong people in the boardroom. I think you're spot on with that. I also believe that some of this had to be intentional, right? This seems like the grandson of redlining to me. You cannot understand housing and what it meant to own a house in after the World War II and how it created so much wealth. It actually created the middle class in this country. But intentionally, the federal government decided that Black people would not be able to benefit from that program, or those programs, I should say, FHA loans, and also the troops coming back from GI benefits as it pertains to buying a house. But then if you look at this program, this is why I believe the legal standard that says, regardless of what your intention was, your impact would be measured and looked at, should be the scope for all policies pertaining to any large scale improvements or abatement programs when it comes to housing, not just in large cities, but all over this country. Because when you're not intentional about saying we're going to ensure that racism is not a part of this program, whether it's our intent or our impact, then this is exactly what happens. So we need to be intentional about addressing inequities even before they happen. In this case, they definitely did not do that.
Yeah, so well said, and you are correct. We weigh and judge based on impact, not simply intention. Liability can be affixed by intention, but we have to reverse engineer programming when we see inequity in the impact itself. All right, we will give you updates if they develop.